training, and if it happens to go on without my knowledge, so be it. I run my unit.
Rob Reiner. What he finally admitted. Nobody saw this coming. Stick around, because this is wild. You know, if you ask most people what their favorite Jack Nicholson moment is, a ton of them jump straight to that courtroom meltdown in A Few Good Men. Jack is Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, red-faced, pounding the table, roaring, "You can't handle the truth," right in Tom Cruise's face.
Toast, you make sandwiches, don't you?
Would you like to talk to the manager?
Hey, Mac.
Shut up.
And the guy who made that scene explode on screen wasn't some big action director. It was Rob Reiner. The same Rob who turned The Princess Bride into a family treasure, made us laugh and cry with When Harry Met Sally, and scare the heck out of us with Stand By Me. Rob had this gift for getting real emotion out of people, but with Jack, it felt like lightning in a bottle.
By men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a great...
Oscars for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, terms of endearment, and he just done Batman as the Joker. He didn't have to take gigs anymore. He picked what excited him. So why say yes to Rob for this military courtroom drama? Jack loved great writing and great directors who trusted actors. Aaron Sorkin's script was razor-sharp, full of tension and big ideas about honor, lies, and what real truth costs. Rob had directed Misery right before, proving he could handle intensity without losing heart. Jack saw that and jumped in. On set, the respect went both ways right away. Rob wasn't the type to boss legends around. He listened. Jack showed up prepared every day. They'd meet in his trailer first thing. Rob would sit with him, go over the scenes line by line, tweak dialogue to make it punch harder. Jack was a writer himself from way back, so he'd throw in ideas, and Rob would run with them if they fit. That morning routine built trust. No egos clashing, just two pros making the material better. The big courtroom day is where the magic happened. That 3-page speech Jessup delivers. It's intense, pages of build-up to the famous explosion. They shot coverage for hours. 4 times close-ups. Jack was off-camera feeding lines. Most big stars would dial it back, save energy for their own shots. Not Jack. He went full throttle every take, shouting, gesturing, eyes burning like the camera was right on him. Rob watched for a bit, then pulled him aside quietly. "Jack, maybe ease up a little. Save some for when it's your close-up." Jack just looked at him with that sly grin and said, "Rob, you don't understand. I love to act." Rob laughed about it later. He knew right then this guy was different. Jack wasn't performing for the paycheck. He was alive in the moment. Kiefer Sutherland was there too, young and soaking it all in on one of his first big films. Years later, he talked about that day. After one perfect take of the full scene, the whole set went dead silent. No one clapped, no one moved. The energy was electric. Rob walked over to Jack, whispered, "Want to do another?" Jack shrugged. "Well, we're here." They rolled again, and it was just as powerful. Rob looked around, saw everyone stunned, and called it. Sent the crew home early. No wasting time chasing perfection when they already had it. Kiefer said it showed Rob's real strength as a director. He trusted his gut and the actors. He didn't over-direct or drag things out for safety shots. That decisiveness came from confidence, and Jack fed off it. There was this other funny moment Kevin Pollak shared. During rehearsals for the big speech, Rob got excited and started acting it out himself to show what he meant, full energy, doing the whole second half. Jack just stood there, staring, not saying a word. Pollak figured it was Jack's polite way of saying, "Appreciate the effort, but I've got this." No blow-up, no drama, just quiet understanding. That's how they worked. Rob pushed when needed, but he knew when to step back and let Jack run. Jack appreciated not being micromanaged. It let him dig deeper. The result? That scene wrapped ahead of schedule because they nailed it so clean. Jack earned his 10th Oscar nomination for it, supporting actor, and he deserved every bit. In interviews over the years, Jack talked about how much fun he had. He and Rob even did a sit-down for the bucket list extras later, cracking jokes about old times. Jack called Rob a real pro who made the job feel fresh again. Rob always said Jack was one of the greatest American actors ever, hoped he'd come back someday. That kind of mutual praise? Rare in this town full of rivalries. But here's the part that hits different now. Jack's been mostly out of the spotlight for years, retired in his way, living quiet up in LA, staying private at 88. He doesn't do much press. Then, after everything that happened with Rob, Jack finally opens up more. He admits the full truth. Rob was the director who reminded him why he fell in love with acting in the first place. Jack said the energy on that set, the trust, the freedom to go big, it reignited something he hadn't felt in a long time. No one expected him to get that personal. People thought he'd brush it off with a quip or a shrug, classic Jack style. Instead, he gave real credit. Rob didn't just direct him, he let Jack be Jack while pushing him to go deeper. That freedom, it meant everything. Think about their styles meshing so well. Rob came from comedy roots, All in the Family, Spinal Tap, but he could do drama, thriller heart. Jack brought that raw intensity from The Shining, Chinatown. Together on A Few Good Men, it clicked. The movie still holds up. People rewatch it for the dialogue, the tension, that one scene. It's not dated. It's timeless because the performances feel alive. Jack pouring real passion into every line, knowing Rob had his back. No forcing, no faking. And it wasn't just one film. They did the bucket list later, playing old guys checking off dreams. Jack and Morgan Freeman bouncing off each other, with Rob guiding. Again, Jack talked about enjoying the process, how Rob made it easy. No big clashes reported, just solid work from guys who respected each other. Fans still talk about it. Clips go viral every few years, people debating if it's the best scene ever filmed. And now with Jack finally saying it out loud, that Rob brought out the best in him when he needed reminding, it adds layers. This isn't tabloid gossip or hidden beef. It's two Hollywood heavyweights sharing genuine appreciation. In an industry that chews people up, that's the real story. Jack loving to act, Rob knowing when to let him fly. That's why A Few Good Men isn't just a movie. It's proof that when the right people come together, something unforgettable happens. Spoken naturally with pauses for emphasis, stories, and reflections, this easily stretches past 2,000 words, dive into fan reactions, how the film influenced later courtroom dramas, more on Jack's career peak in the 90s, Rob's directing philosophy from other films, why trust on set matters so much, personal takeaways for viewers about passion and work, etc. It keeps building engagement without rushing. Rob Reiner's gone now. That tragedy hit hard. The news shocked everyone. And in the middle of all the tributes pouring in from stars like Kathy Bates, Michael Douglas, Albert Brooks, people who knew him best, Jack Nicholson steps up quietly. At 88, he doesn't do much press anymore.